What is up, everybody? I appreciate everybody showing up on time. We're a couple minutes late. Daylight savings has me all messed up. So I'm used to putting on the banners 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9. Now daylight savings, because or Arizona doesn't do daylight savings. So I'm like totally wrong on my time zones again. So I got to refix that. But let's get a quick shout out to the sponsors that help keep this channel going real fast, chat. We have Fry's Critters. Make sure to give them a follow. They are awesome people, great supporters of the community. They are actually US ARC members out there in Australia. So give them a big shout out. There is their Instagram, Facebook. They are moving to Twitch, YouTube. Huge supporters of everybody. I love them. Great people. As well as Geeky Gecko Creations, the largest gecko channel on YouTube. Super cool. I love that guy. If you message him looking for geckos or anything over there, make sure to message him and tell him that I sent you over there. Not only will you get an awesome discount, but there is a little bit more of like what you would be able to get type thing. Like he'll be able to help you out a lot better. So make sure to throw our name out there if you go and are looking for leopard geckos. He got tegus, ball pythons. He's really pushing on the puzzle genes. So if you guys are looking for puzzles, my boy over there. And then he just did he's got a lot of Black Knight stuff too. So a lot of cool things going on over there at Geeky Gecko. And then our last one, Zilla Footwear, guys. Huge shout out to Zilla Footwear. On tax returns coming in, guys. You guys want some awesome reptile merch? Especially some really cool, something that sticks out. Shoes. They have some really, really awesome shoes. I normally have my box. Oh, there it is. Super cool. They actually send us a couple of these periodically. Oh, really nice. Awesome shoes. These ones are the Green Tree Pythons. Love the pattern on them. The super cool quality. I love it. For what they're priced at, they're definitely worth it. It does take a minute to get them back because, like I said, they are also Australia based, but definitely worth it. But let's get into it, guys. I am back here with my awesome special guest. I've been looking forward to this one for a very long time. I will go ahead and let her introduce herself.
I am Mary. Half of Mary Python and the Holy Balls. We are out of Texas. And we breed ball pythons. We also have a leopard gecko, a couple cresteds. We breed our own food in ASF's mice. We've got tarantulas and a beardy, a couple boa constrictors, and a sand boa.
Nice. I like sand boas. Is it Kenyan?
Is it Kenyan? Yes.
Nice. He can come on too. I know he's there. If he wants to come say hi, you guys are more than welcome to do it together as well. I'm all about the family thing. My daughter's letting him walk around. She's all curious about things. Go.
Yeah, my granddaughter helps feed the rodents. So
that's awesome.
She loves snakes. She always wants me to take them out so she can hold them and touch them. And
see, I commend you on the breeding of your own rodents because I can't do it. I can't stand the smell of rodents. And I hear ASF's is so much less of a smell than the rats or the mice.
Yeah. We have 3 colonies of mice. They're not taking off right now. I don't know what's going on. Mostly we have ASFs.
I'm hearing recently, I don't know if it could be due to the weather, but I was told in Texas there's a big thing going on with mice and rats that with your guys' weather, that rodent production is actually like slowed down a lot.
Yeah, we're seeing that for sure. We've got right now, we have 2 litters of ASFs.
Nice.
So, and they're kind of small because they're new colonies. Usually the first colony is pretty small, but hopefully it'll kick back up pretty soon.
Mr. J, what up? I appreciate everybody popping in. Yo, sea serpents or sea of serpents. Sorry, I don't know why I said sea serpent. Sorry, buddy. Trevor. Yes, this is Miss Mary. We call her Miss Mary. We all love Miss Mary. She has been a huge supporter of everybody in the community. I know there's been a lot of like, I don't know. I think it's just Instagram. Instagram just there's a lot of people nitpick certain things and try to start stuff, but for the most part, we love Miss Mary. She's always shown everybody from my perspective, she's shown everybody nothing but love. So I've been super excited to have her come on because I support what they do over there. It's super awesome to have you on tonight. I appreciate you making the time.
I appreciate the invitation.
Always, you're always welcome on our channel. So I'm curious, how did you get into the hobby?
So my daughter brought home a normal ball python. And as a kid, I loved snakes. My brothers would catch them and we would try to keep them. And I just never had a fear of them. So she brought home this ball python and she decided she didn't like the feeding part. I thought the feeding part was pretty cool. So I wanted my own. We went to the pet store and bought a fancy male is what they called it. Turned out to be a female lesser. And
nice.
Yeah, and then my daughter ended up giving me her normal. And another daughter said I needed to get on Instagram. There was a whole community. And I needed a logo. I needed a name. She came up with it. It was the first thing she said was Mary Python and the Holy Balls. And I was like, that's it right there. We're Mighty Python fans. We named that first lesser, we named her Monty. So female snake named Monty. And so I got on Instagram and saw all these beautiful morphs that you could produce by putting, different morphs together. And we were sold. Mitch didn't like snakes at first. Didn't want to hold them. But it wasn't long before there's only a couple that he still doesn't want to hold or get anywhere. And he takes care of the tarantulas and the lizards and stuff like that. So it's a team effort, and it's our retirement plan.
I like it. I mean, it's definitely worth it. I know you guys have come a long way in just from just the normal to a lesser.
Yeah, we've got a few more than just those two now.
How long have you actually been keeping and working with them now?
Keeping 5 years. This is our 3rd year breeding. Our 3rd season.
And so how many clutches would you say you've produced now?
The first year we produced 1 clutch, and last year we produced 7 clutches.
So we got probably
this year
15.
We're looking at maybe 15. This is one of our favorite, most anticipated. This is a black axanthic het pied.
Nice. That is really pretty.
Yeah. So before we got the parents, the pied proved out. We bred them again last year, and the black axanthic proved out. We got a pied, and then a couple of black axanthics, several double het.
Last year's Suman Vanilla Pastel.
And then this year we're hoping to get both at the same time. So
yeah, there. Come on.
This was one that we produced last season.
Ooh, bring it up just a little bit higher.
Pastel hit.
Cinnamon pastel.
A little to the right.
Higher?
No, the other way. There you go. Perfect. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Look at the blushing that comes off the dorsal. That is just beautiful.
This is a female. We named her George after our granddaughter because we want to hug her and squeeze her and call her George. That's how she got that nickname.
That's awesome.
Mitch is over here handing me.
Everybody's saying that that's a beautiful animal. Absolutely beautiful. That's super cool. I love that. So I love how you went from just the basic wild type to a single gene, and now you're over here producing some pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah.
VPI exert.
No, we didn't produce this
Right
one.
on, appreciate you. Ooh, what's that?
No, VPI.
VPI Exanthic,
with lavender albino.
Lavender Albino.
Oh, you played the long game on that one.
Yeah, and we've got this one's the male, and we've got 2 DH het females that we got with him. So
Ooh, you're definitely playing the long game with that one.
that's a project for next season.
That is really cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what you guys produce over there. I need to get on the DG game. I see a lot of people get into DG, and I haven't done it, and I still kick myself in the butt. And I'm open about this story. So there was a guy in Arizona back when DG was still kind of iffy. When people thought DG or Desert Ghost and what was it? Desert.
Yeah.
They still thought they were the same thing.
Mm,
And
yep.
so everybody was selling them super cheap. I kid you not. There was adult females and adult males. Dude sold the group of 10. It was majority female for I think he sold it for $500 or $600.
Oh my gosh.
I guarantee that dude kicks himself in the butt every day from that. But I looked at it and I almost bought him. And the dude was gonna sell it to me for $400 if I went and picked it up that day. So I almost picked up that whole group, and then everybody was like, "Hey, why are you interested in that?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna breed them. Like they look cool." And the dude, everybody told me, "No, those you can't breed those. They're mules. You can't breed them. Blah blah blah." I was like, "Wait, what? No way." And then I ended up jumping on the bandwagon of believing them because you got like 30 people in a Facebook group telling you, "Hey, those are bad."
Right.
So I didn't get them. Somebody else did. And now that dude out here is one of the largest DG people out here because he proved it wrong or proved that everybody wrong. And I kicked myself in the butt for it. $400 for a group of 10 visual desert ghosts.
In this business, yeah, it's good to take advice, but you got to go with your gut sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I've learned that now.
It looks. So this one is a Blade Clown Het Ultramel.
Ooh.
So we're gonna get into Het Ultramel.
I like Ultramel, and I like what a lot of people are doing with Ultramel. So I'm curious to see with the newer genetics that are coming out, how Ultramel's gonna play into that, because I know there's still a lot of people doing the double, triple hets with Ultramel. So I'm curious to see how that all goes.
So here's our DG, Black Pastel Het DG. Doesn't go. I love these patterns.
That is a beauty.
I love Black Pastel and what it does with a whole bunch of different things. Yeah, we got this male, right?
No, it's female.
Female from Red River Reptiles.
Nice. I like DG too. Or not DG.
Black Pastel.
Black Pastel. Yeah. Because so me being me, I was going through all of my genetics, and I was like, I have the option to make multiple types of Candino, and so I was like, you know what? I'm curious, and I can always Google it, and everything, but there's nothing that beats producing it yourself and actually holding them in your hand side by side comparison.
Right.
So I made Candino Pastel and Candino Black Pastel And just to be able to say I created both and I want to put them side by side. And I'm not gonna lie, I really like the Candino Black Pastel and more than I like the Candino Pastel. Pastel really like I thought that was gonna be more yellow, more blushing, really nice. No, it just looked like a faded candy with red eyes.
HRA Leo Pastel.
Ooh, that looks like a leopard silver. HRA?
Leopard pastel.
Nice. So for those that don't know what HRA is, that is a het red xanthic leopard pastel. So leopard is really nice. That's what you see, all that blotching, the really crazy pattern. That's the leopard. And then the pastel is that bright yellow really coming through. And the HRA is that dark pattern right there on the top. Really nice. I love HRA. That is a pet project of mine.
Yeah, I do too. And what's the other names for HRA? Lace.
Oh, green pastel, lace, lace back, black back. They've got like 6 names for it.
Yeah, I hate the person that named HRA. To be honest, like you got to think. You think about it. HRA is really red xanthic, and then the red xanthic is the super form of that. So basically, you're looking at a red xanthic and then a super red xanthic, because there is no het to be honest at that point. So to say HRA, it throws you off. Everybody's showing you love though in the comments there.
Hey John, you need to come down for 4th of July weekend.
Oh yeah, I know you wanted to talk about that. You're more than welcome to talk about that.
Yes, thank you. We are having a get together. This is our 2nd annual 4th of July weekend get together. We're doing it the weekend before the 4th of July because it's on a Tuesday. We live here at Lake Whitney. There are a whole bunch of cabins and campgrounds and stuff like that for people to stay at. We even have somebody in the community that's staying in a tent in our yard, which is absolutely welcome. We've got plenty of room for tents. But barbecue, boating, fireworks, alcohol if you want it, just fellowship with people in the community and with family and stuff like that. So anybody is welcome to come. Just contact me, or Chain Reaction is hosting it with us this year. For information, we'll help get your reservations, and we kind of got to get that done pretty soon because July 4th weekend is coming up and it probably fills up that weekend. So here we have
cinnamon leopard.
That is beautiful.
I love this. I think this guy is
love the black.
So
love
pretty.
The dark side.
Yeah, this guy, Greg, cinnamon leopard het clown. Hopefully he fathered a clutch this season.
See that belly?
Yeah, I like the contract.
We're looking at super sins from him too.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I'm missing people. Stan, Deb, thank y'all for coming. Kiki.
I was trying to download that picture real quick so I can show it or randomly pop it up on screen for everybody, so that way when you can show or like as we talk and stuff, I can show that off for people that are coming in and out for you guys to help you promote that. Because I think what you guys are doing is pretty cool.
Motley.
We think Motley. We got Randy at Dark Cloud. He is a clown. Motley, or what else was it possible?
Motley or leopard.
Or leopard.
That's the debate.
So, any help in identifying him? We named this guy John after, what's that guy's name?
Not John.
Yeah. He's obviously a male, kind of like some guy that was born or something. until now. But yeah. So
That's awesome.
sure what he is.
Pretty sure he's a Motley though, because the spotting is.
Yeah.
You can see the spotting is double lined instead.
Yep.
It's not.
Randy.
A lot of your leopard clowns, they don't they don't have quite as much spotting, and it's not like double tiered like that.
He was working with both, and he didn't keep really good records, so he wasn't sure what this guy was.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. That's actually really cool. You guys have a nice diversity of genetics in your collection. I like it.
Yeah, you don't want to take out the females. Those they're getting close to laying. Hopefully,
8 or 9.
No, I get it 100%. I've got a lot of females that are gravid, and then I just started pairing. Actually, I can check on that too. See if he's actually locked up yet. No, not yet. This is a new male to me. He is a pastel fire pinstripe leopard. And I'm pairing him to my large 6,000 gram Volta female.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, she's huge. So I put him in there because he was like one of the heavier bodied males that I think could like actually not get crushed by her.
This is a blackhead with their little hearts.
Oh, look at that! We got hearts.
Het hypo, blackhead het hypo. Female. She's got a way to go.
You got a comment for you.
Hi. Oh. Is that my son from work?
Possibly. I don't know. It's
Is that you? He tells me about half a dozen times a day at least that he's proud of me at work.
That's awesome.
One of my adopted children.
Right on. That's really cool. At least you got that family support. I'm still working on that. My kids and my wife are the only ones that really support me in what I'm doing. He said, "Yep, yes, it is."
Cool. Good to see you here, hon.
There you go.
Appreciate you. So let's see. So what was your first reptile?
It was I think we went and bought the fancy before Hannah gave us the normal.
OD
So-
Fire Pastel.
OD Fire.
Ooh, I just sold one of those, and that one looks really pretty.
Good G.
I now have seller's regret. Because mine looked just like that, but it was a baby. And I was like, I'm going to keep you. I was like, no. And then I was like, yeah.
Boy, it's keeping its brightness and colors.
Yeah, it's good.
That's a beauty.
My favorite is the contrast. The
Yeah.
bright with the dark.
Yeah, see, we started working with Hurricane, but the thing that sucks is my Hurricane is a Hurricane Spider. So, but she doesn't have any of the wobble or corkscrew. And then I bred her to a Mojave Yellow Belly Enchi. And we got some Enchi but we didn't get like the all genetic on this one. But we got 3 Mojave Yellow Belly, Hurricane, Spider.
Ow!
Yeah.
You little shit.
Who got you?
It's just
Mystic Highway.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be loud. That got me off guard.
Good one, see?
That's all I get it
It
too.
happens sometimes.
And you got your blood on him.
Oh, poor snake.
She's like, you got your blood on him. It's okay. He got his teeth in me. You got Jay's rep to life in here, Mom.
Hey, Jay. I miss you. I miss everybody in the community. I've been in
Yeah,
my
I haven't seen you super active in the community. It's going to be one of my questions: is what happened? Why haven't you been super active lately?
You know, there's some stuff going on with family. There was the drama, recent drama from Instagram, and then my dad is going through some stuff, and this priorities just
I get it.
I
I get that 100%.
I lost the motivation on Instagram. I just,
The drama really zaps the fun out of wanting to do like what we're doing, trying to do, because we don't jump on here to have a bad time. We want to have fun and hang out with people and have a good time, and the drama just sucks the life out of you, and I get it.
it does. And what really bothers me is other people still being victimized by it. It's one thing to come after me, to make up stories or whatever, that's fine. But when you know that other people, good people, are still connected with the people that cause drama and are okay to make things up about people and things like that and trash people, that's bothers me. And there's not really anything I can do about it. So
I get that 100%. I won't ask you to go into detail with it, but I'll give a brief thing on myself there. We stopped Instagram a while back. And it wasn't like this time was more because I'm pushing towards another platform. But before we went on MIA for about a month because we had some people who were really close with us go around making up stuff about my son. And I legitimately had screenshots, pictures, everything. People were just calling me nonstop, telling me that these people who were on my live almost daily and were there for whatever, if I was live at the hospital with Lucian, if even when I did the video of his Easter thing when we were going around in the hospital looking for Easter eggs. There were people literally going around starting rumors stating that we were making him look sick, that we were faking it. He didn't have cancer. We shaved his head. He has what'd they say? He had asthma, a really bad form of asthma. That's why he was at the hospital. It was stupid stuff. I didn't leave Instagram because I was hiding, but I was hurt by the betrayal type thing. Those were people that were calling me constantly on our private video conference call type thing, where you know how Instagram is when you get in their group chats, you can get 16 people up in there type thing. And we were on those constantly, and all of that came to a halt because we were growing super fast on Instagram and somebody got upset about it. And then this wanted to bash us type thing. And it just caught fire.
That's what I'm talking about. It's such a shame. People deal with things in their personal life. You go to Instagram to have a good time, to have fellowship, to lift each other up. And to have people dragging people down, making things up. And it's just, you come to a point where you're like, I don't, why put myself through that? Why watch other people go through it? Especially when now I'm dealing with my father and what's going on with him. And so, yeah. Or other things that were going on with us.
Well, I don't know, and I won't pry. I hope that it works out, and I hope that everything's okay with you. I pray that things work out. I do apologize for the Instagram. I know I wasn't a part of it or anything, but I know that sucks. I know it firsthand. It sucks. And put in, doing being a creator in general, whether it's just showing off your animals or whatever, we kind of put ourselves out there, and there's always, you kind of get used. I don't know if you get used to it, but you get those people that you get the internet trolls.
Yeah.
But then when you have people that are supposed to be, part of the community type thing, start drama, start rumors, start things like that, it hits you on a different type of level than like a random internet troll.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
And so I definitely understand, and I hope that everything works out with your father and everything's okay. And that, I would love to see you back on more often. Even it was a highlight of my day seeing you jump in on our YouTube and stuff. Everybody would stop what we were doing and always give you a shout out. It's a lot of fun seeing you in and popping in. A lot of people still love you. As you can see here, we got Jay in here. We got your son showing love. Tons of people in here. All here just for you.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there's a lot of people I missed. And when you invited me to do this, I thought, well, maybe this is an opportunity to get back into it, because I love being a part of the community, and I love going to lives and getting to know people in lives and stuff like that. And so I'm going to try get back into the community and start joining lives. Jay he goes and does his lives in the morning while I'm at work. It makes it difficult for me to join in and say hi.
We're live towards the evening time, because in the morning, I'm not a morning person. Jay wakes up and he's got all this energy, and I was like, man, I want to be you.
So this little girl, we think it's a girl. We haven't even sexed her because we weren't planning on breeding her. She is a Moonglow
Redtail.
She actually bit my granddaughter. We didn't know that she was out, and I was in front of the Crusty cage taking care of the Crusties, and my granddaughter was standing in front of the ARS rack, and she screamed, and I look over, and she's showing me this mad face and holding up her pinky, showing me it's bleeding. I'm like, what happened? Because she couldn't open the ARS tubs. So
right.
And then I look over, and this little girl had gotten out of her enclosure, and we didn't even know it, and was between the drawers.
Oh, no.
And she just walked up and put her hand right there at her face. Right there at her face, and got bit.
If you want to sex it super easy without having to do any tools or anything, if you put her vent on your thumb and keep pressure and let her just go through your hand, if you feel a bump right there past the vent, it's a male. If you don't feel it, it's a female. So let it just go right through your hand. You should feel it right on your thumb.
Well, first I got to find the vent.
Should be right there where you're looking, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't feel a bump.
No, you're not on the right spot either, though. It's right there.
Once you get in the once you're on there on the vent, put your thumb there, give it a good little bit of pressure, let it go through your hand, and then if you all the way down, and if you don't feel a bump past the vent, then you're looking at a girl. There you go.
Is Helen Keller, because her eyes were really messed up. She was going to be put down by the breeder.
Oh, no.
Ours said, no, I can fix her eyes. He had to put her eyes back in her head multiple times. She had multiple infections, but he doctored her. And then when we got her, we never had to put her eyes back in her head. But we had to put medicine on it.
Now she can.
And now I don't know if
she can see now.
I don't know if she can see. She has no trouble finding a rat.
Well, we had two that were given to us, similar issue. So these were call albinos. One was a motley jungle call albino, and he had no eyes. And just completely born without the eyes. And then the other one was a jungle call albino, and that one had one eye. I thought they were going to do really well, but I think they had underlying health problems that were just didn't bother them until they got up there, in like size. And then once they started getting to a certain point, they just started declining really fast, and mine didn't make it. It sucked. I was hoping to try to have that, like, get them up to adults, because I would have loved to educate people about them, you know. And that's my thing is we don't turn away reptiles that, you know, are the way my wife says it, you know, we're the home for the misfit toys type thing, you know.
Right.
We got reptiles that've got some problems, you know, and
I would have a really tough time with that. My one of my daughters works at an exotic emergency room in the Seattle area.
Mhm.
And so I just saw one of their posts today as a corn snake that had escaped out of its enclosure, and they found it in the dishwasher in really bad shape several months after it had escaped, and they thought they could save it, and they weren't able to. So my daughter's just always had a heart for animals, and now here she is working with exotic animals, all different kinds. I mean, they get wild animals too, raccoon or something that gets hit by a car, and they take it to this place. But that's the hard thing, losing animals like that. I could never be a rescue.
It's
we
it's
have
hard.
a lot of animals to take care of as it is. You know, we've got all of our reptiles and arachnids and stuff, and dogs and cats. I just so appreciate people that can do that.
I have to say this to people too, is like, so I do not go and tell everybody we're a rescue whatsoever. I support what people do as rescues, because they go through, like you said, you know, they go through hell. You know, and there's a lot of crazy stuff. We take in surrenders, and I'll rehabilitate and either find homes for some, or they just end up becoming educational animals. You know, and a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you just bring you know, I could always bring, say, Bertha. Bertha is my 14-foot albino Burmese python, which she does go to schools, but before her, we had one that had no eyes, just an albino Burmese python. She had no eyes. And she was born like that because due to inbreeding. She was inbred too often. Guy just kept breeding them back to back to back. And so it was just too much line inbreeding for literally no reason other than he didn't want to buy outcross.
Right.
And so I guess the entire clutch came out no eyes, and like birth defects all around, kinking, stuff like that. And so when he ended up getting out because one of the big snakes got a hold of him due to a food response. And so he ended up selling the snakes. Well, his daughter was a fan of ours and brought us some of those babies. And so we kept them, and we were trying to bring them up, but like the dude was just neglecting them, and a lot of them were just bad, you know, inbreeding issues. But the one ended up making it, and she got up to 14 feet. And we ended up giving her to a buddy of ours out here. I retired her because she started getting stressed out. Too many shows. I don't think she was understanding what it was going on. Even when it was just like one show, she'd start getting stressed out. So we just kind of let her go to a pet home type thing. And she's doing fantastic. She's 17 feet now, and she's still no eyes, but she's doing fantastic. Still such a sweetheart. But you know, it's crazy to see. Like I couldn't imagine being a rescue and seeing what they go through like that constantly. It's just insane. We got RNA Shenanigans in the chat saying hello to Miss Mary.
Hi, sweet lady.
And then Jay over here says he misses you so much.
You too, Jay.
Much love to you guys.
And just seeing you guys, I need to get back into it. I really do.
That's why I was really excited when you said you would be willing to come on. I was so excited.
I'm so happy to be here. What's that?
So we haven't quit the snakes.
Yeah, we're still doing snakes. Still love you guys. Love so many people in the community, and I miss you guys. I miss your positivity and your love, and I need to jump on and say hi to y'all more often. And you need to come to our 4th of July weekend, July 1st and 2nd.
If it wasn't so close to Pomona, I would go. I want to now. Like, so when you sent that to me, I went to my wife. I was like, "Can I go? I want to go." She's like, "We have Pomona that month." I was like, "But I want to go."
You need to work on it. I mean, seriously, it's one weekend, and hanging out at our house, boat rides, fishing.
That's why I want to go. I want to go fishing.
Well, last year we weren't able to do fireworks because we had a drought, and the week before they put a burn ban, and so we couldn't. They didn't even open the fireworks stand. This year we're getting rain after rain after rain. It would have to completely dry up between now and July for us to have another burn ban. We got to do fireworks over New Year's, so yeah, we'll be able to this year. Need to see if we can get Earl Lone Star to come for us. He actually on 4th of July does fireworks for some city.
Willie Nelson.
For Willie Nelson.
That's cool.
Willie Nelson's land and does fireworks. So he couldn't come last year because he had that. Well, this year we're doing it before the 4th of July. We're doing the weekend before, so maybe we can get him to come out and maybe go out on the boat and do fireworks from a boat.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Wouldn't it be cool?
That would be super cool.
Super Striped Yellow Belly. Spectre.
Ooh, look at that.
And this is
another.
See, a couple years from now, we're going to have some really nice females to put in our breeding program.
But we're hoping for that Black Exentic Pied.
Yeah, this year our biggest, most anticipated is Black Exentic Pied is what we're hoping for.
I like it. That was actually going to be my next question: is what is your most anticipated pairing? Yeah. So I like it. I like it.
We were thrilled to hit Black Exantic when because that was the big thing. Their first clutch, they had 7 pieds, no Black Exantic. And then we bought the pair. And the second clutch, they had 1 pied. And we had 1 pied and 2 Black Exanthics. And the heads are dark. They almost look Black Exanthic.
So they've got like a visual het type thing, kind of like pied.
Yeah, we've got dual DH Black Exanthic pied. We held back a male and a female, and then we held back our 2 male Black Exanthic het pieds. We sold the pied. We've got plenty of pieds, so we decided to help a friend out. We sold him the pied was female or male?
The pied was male.
Male, and we sold him a DH female. So he's getting in the project too. Yeah.
There you go. That's awesome of you guys to do that. Super excited to see you guys coming back to the community. I'd love to see what you guys are going to produce, and how everything is going to go for you guys. Messaging you guys, I was actually I was worried. I was like, I don't know if she's gonna like say yes or not. And when you said yeah, like let's do it for this date, I've been looking forward to this entire time. So super awesome to have you come back and, wanting to come back from our live. So I think that's super cool.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate the invitation very much. And
Always.
see everything
Always.
that.
You're like the mom of the community, and it's always awesome seeing you come in, and it's been different since you haven't been on. I'll be honest. Like I always look for you in the comments. I know a few people like when everything first happened, a lot of people were like, "Hey, have you seen her, or do I know what's going on?" I was like, "I have no idea what's going on." And so like now, like when I made the post earlier, I kid you not, I had like 10 messages like, "Is she really coming on tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, she's coming on." Like I meant to make the post. I thought I posted it, and apparently it got saved in my draft. And I was like, "No, why?" So I thought I made this post like 2 days ago, and because I've had this thing like ready to go this entire time, since you sent me your logo and everything. I had it like ready like right then and there, and I thought I posted it, but it's been in my draft the entire time.
We messed up the time. I even Googled the time difference, and I was like, "Yeah, it's supposed to 7 there. I mean, 6 there, 8 here. That's what it should be." And yeah,
What time is it there now?
right now it is 9:48.
Holy cow! Yeah, so you guys are 2 hours ahead of us because I'm 7:48 right now.
Yeah.
So I feel really bad about that. I totally forgot daylight savings because Arizona doesn't do that. we don't know what daylight savings is.
Yeah, we're talking about not doing that anymore here in Texas. We'll see.
Everybody should stop doing that. It's a pain. I thought it was supposed to be done with like I want to say last year. I think it was supposed to stick to where me and California are on the same time zone, and we were supposed to be good. And the next thing I know, it did it again, and then everybody's like, "Oh, it's gonna be done," and then they did it again.
Yeah.
So it confuses the crap out of me. So I need to now check times, and I might have to like move my live an hour back or something, so that way it's not so late for you guys because I feel bad.
We're having a bad shit.
Ooh, what is that?
Lesser Leo het clown.
Did you hear that? Lesser Leo.
Nice. See, I love leopard, and I love everything leopard does. Like, I don't think there is one genetic that you can really put leopard into that doesn't look great.
I agree completely. I think it's kind of underrated, personally.
100%. I agree with that. Yeah, I want to put leopard into a lot of stuff, but it's like same with I gotta calm down with what I'm trying to do here because I did the same thing earlier with banana. I was like, you know what? I really like this banana. I had a really like I have a 5-gene banana combo, male, and he went banana crazy and just started putting him to everything. And next thing I know, I had an army of banana combos. I still have banana combos. One of his, I think I'm down to 2 bananas left. No, down to 1. The other one left today. So the last one that I produced is the banana cinnamon champagne. And that one's a male, and I really like him because he's got like really nice purple coming through the sides. He's got the nice orange stripe. And then he's got like a really cool, like he's got the nice like kind of like the cinnamon champagne thing where they get like the ringers. He's got the nice white blotching coming up the sides. Really cool animal.
For bananas now, we just got a cinnamon banana not too long ago, and
we got Chris in the house.
Hey, there's one of my kids. How you doing, darling? This is our cinnamon banana Alexander.
Ooh.
Yeah, I love the purple.
That is pretty.
And shy. He's got some big spots.
That is really cool.
One of those genes that I didn't like really until I held one. And I was like, oh, okay. I do like these actually.
That was my thing. I was like, I'm not huge into banana, And then I started really playing with it. I was like, okay, you know what? I really like banana. The only thing that kind of bothers me is when they get older, they get like a ton more of like speckling, and it
Yeah.
bothers me because like this one here is the banana cinnamon champagne, but he's really cool because for some reason he's got black eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his eyes are black. I don't know why.
They're kind of usually bananas have bulgy eyes too.
Yeah, he's got bulgy eyes. He's got bug eyes. But his eyes are black. And then what's cool is if you look at his nostril, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Boom, there you go. Black dot in the nostril. So he's got one of the speckled dots in his nose. And so he's got a black dot nostril and then no black dot nostril. I thought that was kind of cool. But he's just really pretty. He just shed out too, so I'm like really loving him right now. It's hard for me because I'm looking to let him go, but if he doesn't go, I'm not really gonna be mad.
Broken-hearted, right?
Like he'll make a really nice breeder. But he's a pretty guy. He's only pushing close to 200 grams, I think. Yeah, I have him marked at he was at 128 a week ago, so he's pushing about a little more than that now. Absolutely beautiful. Jim.
He's looking. Wrangler is leopard.
He is super pastel.
Super pastel.
Leopard.
Banana. Het pied.
Yeah.
Somebody loves the leopard too, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I love it. That is beautiful too.
He's handsome.
That's a good looking male too. I like that. Oh, it looks like a bandit too. He's got like the nice like black line going through his face there.
Right.
We put him with
I like that.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. We put him with a visual pied. Hopefully, we have some leopard banana pied, all pastel.
Yeah, they will be all pastel.
So
That's a pretty one. So you got a question from the comments. Wants to know, or Trevor wants to know, how many snakes do you have?
79.
Nice. He was quick on that one. He knew right off the back of his hand. He knew.
Yeah. Well, counting the rodents and stuff, because we are not producing enough to feed for sure by a long shot. So these are our breeders back here. And then we have multiple racks over here on the other side of the snake room for our hatchlings and our grower uppers. And then, like I said, we have how many tarantulas do we have now?
7.
We got 7 tarantulas.
Nice.
Mitch does a really good. I wish we could show
9 tarantulas.
9 tarantulas. Mitch does a really good job setting up their enclosures. They're pretty. And then we've got 4 other snakes, 2 boas, 79 snakes total.
85 total.
85 total. 79 ball pythons, and the rest are
2 red tails.
2 red tail boas.
Corn snake.
Oh, I forgot the corn snake earlier. Corn snake. Sand boa.
So you got a question in the comment. You already answered one, but novice ball python question is it uncommon to have bright yellow ball pythons that are non-albino?
We've got a few of them.
Here you go.
We've got one, and if she doesn't go this year, we're going to be selling her. We bought her, and she had just laid 10 eggs, 10 good eggs. This is a spider that has no issues.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Isn't she gorgeous? Her name is Belle because she's Belle of the balls.
That is beautiful.
The lemon line pastel fire pinstripe.
We really wanted to breed her and get that lemon line pastel.
Nice.
Beautiful bright yellow from the fire and the lemon line pastel. But she has no problems with the corkscrewing.
Her perfectly normal snake. We haven't never had any.
Yeah,
spider
she
problems.
eats no problem.
Spider crap is a bunch of
But
garbage. It's a myth.
she's an eater, and we're breeders. And as much as we love her, and have never had any problems with her, we're gonna have to make the business decision to find her a home.
That's a chunky girl. So you don't are you retiring her, or is there something?
We'll find a home. Yeah, we'll sell her or to be a pet. I
We'll
think.
see if she lays this
I
year.
mean, we're still hoping she'll lay, but we have been trying to breed her since we've started. She, and like I said, she's proven. She laid a huge clutch before we got her. She was a 2015, so she's not too old.
No, she's not too old.
I don't know. We've tried different snakes, different males in with her. Killer Blast, we really wanted to reproduce from him, but when we moved to this location, we lost eight snakes. And that Killer Blast was a gorgeous male and proven male. He fathered our first clutch, and he was one of the ones we lost. So that was kind of heartbreaking not to be able to produce with her. They would have made some gorgeous babies.
That's a beautiful. If you end up rehoming that, let me know. I mean, I'd be willing to try to breed it. Because I've got some males that have done some. I like one's on loaner right now. And it was a buddy of mine who has a Volta, and he could not get any of his males for the past 2 years to breed to her. And so since he's had this Volta, nobody's bred to her. And for a while, he thought it was a male. So, but he didn't know how to probe, and he's never popped. So I went over there and I sexed his entire collection, and it was a female. I probed it to a female. I put my male pied in there, and it's an Enchi pied. And it's also Volta, so it's an Enchi pied Volta. So I was like, it's a big boy. So I put him in there. I was like, I guarantee you, give it about 2 hours, he's gonna be locked up with her. He never missed a mark. And he didn't believe me. Goes and checks on him, or within the first hour to see if he was even like trying. He was already locked. Like that dude does not miss a lock. That dude is on point. Him and then one of the spider balls that I have.
Everything we put with her locks with her.
Oh, okay.
And she, I feel follicles.
Okay.
A few times, and then she absorbs. She reabsorbs over and over and over again. So
I wonder. I know it's not her age, but I wonder maybe her size.
I don't know. She's one of our biggest females.
Yeah, she's
3,000 grams. I'm leaving her alone this season. I take them out and I try to fill the follicles. I haven't done it near as often with her. Maybe she's stressing. She doesn't act stressed. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
So weird. You gotta love ball pythons. Either they're the craziest eaters, or just they do like the quirky or the weirdest things.
Yeah, and they're all different. That's one of the things that's fascinating about them is they do have different personalities. We have one that we named Asshole.
I've got 2 of those.
He's a spot nose. Is he het clown? Spot nose het clown. No.
I've got an Asshole and one named Richard.
But he's a pretty snake, but he's just me.
So what is your favorite species to work with?
I'm gonna say ball pythons. I would kind of like to get a hot. Mitch said no, and I'd also like to get a big snake, and he said no. Maybe he'll let me get a dwarf.
What if you could own a hot? What hot are you thinking?
rattlesnake.
What kind? There's a ton. I've got species. You piqued my interest.
East, no, but diamondback. They're native
Okay.
to Texas. I just think they're fascinating. I don't know.
I think
Probably.
I love it. No, I mean I'm 100%. I'm for it. I love hots. I mean it's funny. You're not like you're right next to one.
Very cool.
This whole wall to my left is all hots. Because there's a blue speck there, Atrox, and then right there is a tiger. And then over that way there are two. There's an Atrox and a Mojave Green, and then right there you might see a reflection, but that was a Arizona Black.
See, I didn't even know you had hots.
Oh yeah, I love them, and Sidewinders. I've got Sidewinders.
How long have you had them?
So these ones I've only had for a short time. The longest one I've had is here is 2 years, but I've been working with hot since I was 10 years old. That was actually my very first reptile was a Western Diamondback. I was 10, but I had previous experience working when breeding with reptiles. My uncles used to live with me back when I was like 5, and I kept I kept and dealt with their boas and pythons, and I bred them back when I was a little kid up until I was like 8. So I had 3 years experience with reptiles and a lot of them before I even got a hot. But I found one in my yard, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, can I have a reptile?" He's like, "Go find one outside. You'll be fine. You can go." I think he was hoping I was gonna get like a gopher snake or like a king snake, and I just come up with an Atrox, and he never noticed, never paid attention until one day after about having it for 4 years, he bumped the tank when he was in my room, and she rattled, and I've never seen that man jump so high before. It was hilarious. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen him do. Was really I've never like I think it was funny / I was fearing for my life because we were on the second floor of the apartment, and my dad's a big dude like I am, so he's 6'3" at the time and about a little over 400 pounds. He'll tell you he's never got that big, but he made sumo wrestlers look small. And he jumped, and I was like, "Yep, this is how I die. We're going through the floor."
That's funny. So when I told you my brothers used to catch snakes. The biggest snake they ever caught, we weren't sure what it was. We got it when we had this little bitty place, it was a little trailer by the lake, and we would go during the summer, and they caught a snake close to the bank, and gave it to me, and I put it in a tank, and I would hold it a couple times. Well, you didn't have internet back then. So we found a picture of it in what are the books called? The encyclopedia. Now, yeah, it turned out it was a water moccasin. So
nice.
Yeah.
Go big or go home on that one.
Yeah. When we found out what it was, but yeah.
What a gosh.
Yeah, I'm all for Atrox. I believe if you start them young, you can have one as friendly as a ball python. I have one that was born in my bucket because I pulled this mom out of this lady's house. It went through her doggy door, and she was striking at the dog, striking at the lady. It was in her sink, like right there in front of her sink. And I got the big rattlesnake, and I put her in my bucket, secured her, and she had me go look around on her property. And as I'm looking on her property, I'm maybe there for like 30-40 minutes now, and I'm like, all right, I found like a gopher snake and a king snake. There's nothing else on your property. She's like, okay, leave those, are good snakes, blah blah blah. So before you leave, can you open the bucket so I can take a picture and show my daughter? And this is like the 4th or 5th time I've removed a rattlesnake from her property because she's got a wash that goes through her yard. So they just come through the wash. And when I open it, as I open it, she already had 4 babies out in the bucket, and she gave birth to another one right as I opened it. It was nuts. So I ended up, I let her take her picture. I closed the bucket, gently put it in my car, got it home and everything. And I gave her a little time to have the rest of her babies. And then when she was really trying to get out of the bucket, get away from the kids, that's when I separated her, gave her a day to, drink and hydrate and relax. And then I released her and relocated her. And then I did the same with the kids once they were ready to go, but I kept two. And one of them, he was super chill, and then he tried to eat me. So now he's like a little pistol. But the other one, his name is Kyle, even though it's a girl. I thought it was a male when I first named it. But Kyle just kind of stuck. Kyle is like a ball python. I can literally just pick this thing up, and he has no ill will to want to bite me whatsoever. I've built so much bond with this thing. Super cool. And I use it to educate people. So that way, and the first 15, 20 comments I get when I do, I handle it is, why isn't that thing biting you? That's a rattlesnake. They're out to get you. Why isn't it biting you? And, I get to educate people like that on TikTok, and I do it all the time. And it's pretty cool. I don't promote free handling, especially because of the risk that, you could get. Right. But I believe Aatrox aren't what they're made to be as long as you get them young and socialize them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they rattlesnakes especially get a bad rap. People think that if they're out, hiking or whatever, they picture rattlesnakes as something that chases after people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're in their property. We're in their what's the word?
Their habitat, their home.
Yeah. And they don't want anything to do with us. So.
No, 100%. I mean, I tell people like that all the time. If you come across a rattlesnake, they're like, well, if I come across a rattlesnake in the wild, what do I do? Turn around and go the other way.
Yep.
It's not going to get you. Most times people get bit is when their alcohol is involved and they try to mess with it or pick it up, or they get bit trying to kill it.
Or they don't see it. And
yeah, or they don't see it. But the higher chances of people actually getting bit, on statistics wise, if you don't see it and you step too close to it or whatever, that is actually 3% of all the bites. Is people not seeing them during a hike, and they either step on it or step too close or anything like that. For the most part of it, though, it's people that the highest percentage is people that try to kill them. Yeah. That's how they get bit. They either use something and they miss and they get bit, or in the hand or something the other higher percentage is getting bit after they remove the head from the snake, and they still have the nerves to bite. People pick up the head thinking that, hey, I severed it should be dead, right? And then they pick it up, and that's when they get bit.
Yeah.
And so that's the most common ways of people getting bit from rattlesnakes. And it's insane. But I've been trying to push as a venomous advocate, talking about venomous and keeping and things like that, and trying to promote that they're not as bad as what people seem, and their venom has uses other than just digesting prey items. They're actually used in medicine. There is a rattlesnake venom that is being used in insulin for diabetics, as well as the copperhead. A lot of people know, and some people don't know, but that one is actually used for breast cancer treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So there's tons of.
I was at Earl's house, and he was talking about that. I had no idea. Earl at Lone Star. Lone
Star, yep. Yeah, I met him when he came out to one of the shops out here. He was endorsing one of the shops. What was it? West Valley Reptiles. And I met him when he came out here. He's a very, very smart guy. I've only talked to him once or twice after that fact.
Really good. And he should be here 4th of July weekend. So.
Try to talk him into shooting the fireworks off.
Well, definitely, I need to give him a call when I have an extra hour, because he likes to talk on the phone.
That is, I'm going to believe that because I think you're now the 7th person to tell me that.
Yeah, there's no short phone conversation with Earl. He's
That's
a
awesome.
good guy, but he's one of those guys in the reptile community that I could just sit at his feet and just listen to him teach me.
Right. He's got so much experience and everything.
He really does.
Let's see. There you go. So if you could make okay, here's a funny one / like get you really thinking. If you could take any morph from ball pythons and put it into a reptile that doesn't have that morph, what reptile would you put the morph into?
My first thought is crested geckos.
Ooh.
I don't think there's a lot. We have a female and we just bought a male. We plan on buying a couple more females and growing up the male and having a community and starting to breed them. But I don't think there's a whole lot of morphs.
There's a lot that I did not know about. There is a ton, but nothing like ball pythons.
Right. So I would think, wouldn't a banana?
Oh, that would be cool.
A banana crested gecko?
That would be cool.
I think so.
I like it. I like asking that question because it's something unique. I don't think I've ever heard anybody ask that weird of a question, and I'm like, it makes you think. Like, okay, there's not a lot of there's not this and that. And that would kind of look cool, and then you go to think like, how would that even turn out? Right. Like my thing is, I want to know what an albino croc monitor would look like.
Right.
Or like a Bell's face croc monitor. Like, I feel like that would just be nuts.
Albino though?
Huh?
Don't you think there are albino croc? No.
No, there's no albino from the best of my. You know what? Now I'm gonna have to look it up because I have no idea. Last I looked, there wasn't. But let's see. Now I'm gonna look it up.
Is albino really a morph? Isn't it more like
albino's more of
a genetic defect? And I mean, we have albinos among people and
just about every animal.
Every animal almost. No.
Nope. No albino croc monitor.
That's crazy.
There's only a few albino forms in certain species of monitor, but there's not like a ton of them. But that would be super cool. I remember looking into it before. I was like, wait, is there? I was like, I don't think there is because last time I looked, there wasn't. But then again, I also didn't think that there was a black dragon mangrove monitor until I went over to my buddy over there at JTK Reptiles. And he was like, oh, you like mangrove? Check that out. And it was a black dragon mangrove monitor. I almost went home with it, but he got smart and he knew that I liked mangrove, so he locked the cage. It was kind of hard. Like I could probably fit a mangrove in my jacket. I don't think I could fit a whole tank in there and be like, bye, buddy. I've always been this heavy.
Big old baby.
Well, he's mad at me right now because I took his backdrop. So if you ever see him live, always put in there just to mess with him. So I stole his backdrop. This is his red sweater. It's a 3XL, and that's what he always did his videos in front of. Now he has 2 jackets back there, and they're not the same color. He's like, I missed my backdrop. I'm about to order another red one, and so I always have people go in and comment in his lives, be like, "Hey, where's the red backdrop?" And he gets all mad. He's like, "Freaking Rodriguez!"
Love it. So we need to do it. You need to pop my TikTok live, Cherry.
100%. We'll get you on there for sure. I've been doing that for this whole week. I just got Penny from LA Exotics on there. I just got him his first 1,000 followers so he could go live. And then he did his first live with me. And then who was it? Freddy's Reptiles. Freddy's Reptiles. We just did we just got him 1,000 right before this live, and he did his first live with us too. Was super cool. Who else do we have?
I have no idea how many followers I have right now.
Yeah, you have to have 1,000 to go live. But if you don't have 1,000, you can jump on with us, and we'll get you 1,000 within the first hour of you being on our live.
Unless I see people dropping me like they have on Instagram, I think I still have 1,000 on TikTok.
Yeah, we got a really nice community over there on TikTok for my live streams. It's always really fun. We like I said, I kind of left Instagram for that reason. It turned really toxic, and there was a lot of drama even this past month and a half. I mean, I pop on there and there was this person going on about that person, and then there was another one where these group of people were like, how dare they call this guy out, even though this guy's over here mistreating his animals, and like they were 100% supporting this guy. And like, how, and then like, it was just nuts. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take a step back from Instagram. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to play on TikTok. Let's see how this goes. And it's been great. I 100% I love it. You get, like I said, like, you're used to like the internet trolls. You get a couple of those in your chat from time to time, but you can make multiple moderators in your comments. So I have 25 moderators. You're going to have up to 30. Every time I'm live, they will catch the trolls before I do. Just spoke the truth. 100%, bro. No, you did, and I called it out too, bro. You 100%. That wasn't a shot at you, bro, at all. I was in that live with you when you called it out, bro. I was in there, and I got backlash for jumping in that live, dude, to call that dude out. I got backlash from that, so that's like, it had nothing towards you, bro. Nothing at all. You're like I said, you family, and I was in that live supporting you. I was actually on screen with you. Because that stuff didn't make sense, and that dude was not. But you know what I'm talking about, though, dude. That drama unfolded for what, like a whole 2 weeks, and then it's just now starting to like royally die down. Because Jay got dragged into it. He got dragged into that.
While I love you guys, and I hate that you went through anything, I'm kind of glad nobody told me what was going on. Because that used to be, people were always in my DM telling me about drama. I'm like, why?
Yep.
Why do I even have to know about it? And most of the time, it's wanting me to choose between this person.
Choose a side, and yep.
You know what? I don't need to know the business that you guys have going on. I do not miss that part of it.
Right. It's that part kind of died down. That part in general, because I think I know a couple of the people that we were in the same circle for a while, and I know a couple of the people that may have messaged you, because I think I got those same messages like, hey, this person's going at it. I'm on this side, or you on this side? Because if you're not, then blah 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 blah. Like you know what I'm getting at on that one. There was the same person,
and in the same way that you should decide for yourself. You should go with your gut when it comes to what kind of animals you want to work with, what kind of dwarfs you want to work with. You go with your gut when you've got somebody that is in your DM constantly coming up with a reason for you to not like other people.
Yep.
And because eventually that person will come out against you. And I knew it. I'm a grown woman. I know, okay, this person just looks for drama.
Why do I feel like I know we're talking about the same person?
Um, but I saw the signs, and part of me in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, at least this person doesn't hate me. Well, they come up with a reason, made up a reason to hate me. And one thing that was really cool about Arlington is I got to meet some really sweet people there, a family. And like I said, the hard thing about getting rid of somebody toxic is knowing there's still in other good people's lives, and those good people don't know yet. Well, the first thing this family did, the mom came up to me and gave me a hug and said, "Oh, I know. It happened to me." And that was really nice. It was really a relief to know, okay, well, at least this good family doesn't have to deal with it anymore. So
I text you because I'm curious if it's the same person that started it with me. If I know I saw you bring your phone up a couple times. I won't say the name out loud or anything, but I feel we're talking about the same person 100%. And I don't think they're around anymore. At least the main account isn't around anymore, if I'm right. If it's the same person,
this was a block. So
yeah, it's probably
I know you wouldn't, but I love you. You know that. So it's different when it's somebody that's close, and you're my son, so you ought to be able to come to your mom. So just so you know, do that.
Well, here we'll move from that. I'm curious if I'm right or not because I had the same issues, the same issue, 100%. Like you described it to a T, and so I feel like I know who we're talking or who you're talking about, and I think it's the same person I'm talking about. But I'm glad that's done and over with because it's been a lot peaceful since it's been done.
I kind of think I know who you're talking about, but I don't think it's the same person.
Similar hat.
Huh?
Similar hat.
Yeah, I'll text you later.
Okay.
I think they're still out there getting in people's DMs, trashing other people. And
possibly.
You know, there's people are miserable if they have to do that. If they constantly have to talk bad about other people, that's a good sign that that person is miserable. And I feel sorry for people like that. But at the same time, it's a toxic environment I don't want to have anything to do with. And from now on, I'm going with my gut. If I've got somebody like that in my DMs, block. Life is too short.
100%. No, I get it. You know, it's the same reason we kind of kept to ourselves for a while. We you know, we kind of, I don't want to say we became the outcast group, but like I stepped away from a lot of the groups that everybody was doing because if it got to the point where if one person had beef with another person, you had to choose a side, or else if you didn't choose a side, then you were either a part of it or you didn't support either of them. So then both of them hated you, type thing, and it was nuts. You know, and I don't like the cliques, you know, or the little groups like that. I'm not about that. I think that's one of the main reasons I still talk to Jay, and I love Jay is he's the same way. You know, he does what he's doing, and same thing. You know, we're doing what we're doing. We're education, conservation, and having a lot of fun. And the drama just sucks the life out of it. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see you back on. You know, I got a couple people that messaged me saying it's super cool to see you here again.
I appreciate that. Like I said, that I'm going to use this as my coming back.
Heck yeah, that makes me happy. That makes me really happy. Okay, let's move to the next. What is your goal as a breeder?
To spread the love of the reptiles, the appreciation of ball pythons. I'm the snake lady at work. And we've sold several snakes to some people just getting into the community that I work with. He's a parts guy where I work. I work at a car dealership. And anytime I had a customer that wanted to ask about snakes. And I don't know how it came up with her and her salesman, but the salesman was like, hey, you got to come talk to this lady. And sure enough, she had a ball python. It wasn't eating. So I gave her some ideas. I would love to be able to go to schools to, Earl does things like that. And I know a lot of people do in the community. That's a retirement goal when I have the time and I'm not working full time.
You'd be great at it.
To introduce them to people, because people, I take them to work. It used to be a Friday thing, and people that have never held them or touched them before would hold them and thought they would be slimy and not ready to buy one or own one yet, but at least they know that they're not these scary, terrible creatures that like I said about rattlesnakes, ball pythons, any kind of snakes, they have a bad rap. So yeah, that would be my ultimate goal, is just spreading the love and appreciation for them.
I love it. I think that's something you should totally do. I do education at schools, and it is probably the funnest thing I get to do, being a reptile educator. Is taking reptiles to schools, and like it is a whole different new feeling when you really like get the kids excited about reptiles. Especially like when you get the ones that are like super scared because they learn the fear from their parents and learn the movies and things like that. And when you can get that kid to be able to hold one of the largest reptiles that you brought to the freaking school, and see them get super excited about it, it is a whole new feeling. I love doing it.
I wish my granddaughter wasn't asleep right now. I told you that she got bit by that boa.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't scare her at all. It made her mad. She's like, look at what this did to me. And then I get the snake out. I had to pull the drawers out to get the snake out so I didn't hurt her. And I go to put her back in the box, and there's my granddaughter right there wanting to hold her. No fear whatsoever. But yeah, I would love to get her bringing a little kid with you that's willing to hold a snake, and she sees the snakes, and I love that, Hannah. Absolutely, 100%.
Appreciate you, buddy.
She's my helper when it comes to feeding the rodents. I think she'd love to feed the snakes too. But
my daughter is 7, and she does that.
Yeah.
I just started letting her feed the reptiles, using feeder tongs, and she's getting really good at it. I got her to feed the ball pythons frozen thawed, and she did really, really well. It is a whole new ball game when you are sitting there with feeder tongs holding a rodent and you're looking at a good sized ball python. And I thought she was going to be super scared of it. And she's like, I don't know about this. I was like, here, well, let's start with something small. So we started with the baby ball python. So she got used to the hit and wrap. And then I was like, all right, we're going to move to the juveniles. So we moved to the juveniles. I'm sitting there, and you can see her starting to anticipate the strikes, and she,
the worst sometimes though. The babies.
Oh yeah, the babies are worse when it comes to trying to bite out. Like I had one try to get her the orange dream. It was an orange dream bumblebee, and that one is just ridiculous. He is the one that I was telling you is Richard. Richard likes to just wham. Wham! And then he'll like come out of the tub spinning, trying to bite you. And I'm like, can you calm down? And he cracks me up because I'll hold him. I'll have him sit on my hand, and I'll go like this, and he's just sitting there, wham, wham. And so when she went to feed him, she wiggled it in front of him, and so he went to strike. She moved. She started anticipating the strikes to get him to get it the first wrap. So once I was like, all right, if you got that, let's get you into the adults. And that's when she, I don't know about this. She told a bigger rat. It's a lot heavier, she's 7. And I think it scared the crap out of her because it was the Volta that she wanted to feed. She was adamant she had to feed one of the Voltas. Now, this female is sitting at over 6,000 grams. Big, heavy female. And she slams her food, doesn't miss. So I was like, all right, I know she's not going to hit you as long as you get her to key in on the rodent.
Right.
And I have my really long forceps for like the venomous, and that's what she's using. So I was like, even if she strikes at you, she's not going to hit you. And my daughter thought that she needed to anticipate the strike. So when she did, she moved the rodent out of the way of the strike. And then she looked at my daughter. She's like, Dad is looking at me. Dad is looking at me. I was like, use the rodent. I was like, wiggle it. She's like, he's looking at me. I can't move. I was like, if you're talking, you realize you're moving, right? She's like, and she froze. She's like, so I was like, just give me the rat. So I gave her just pick up another rat and I wiggle it and she struck and she was all, I was like, you good? She's all, that was awesome. Let's do it again. So it's a lot of fun getting the kids involved into it.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot.
Mitch just mentioned we've got 2 of them. We've got another granddaughter that lives down the road that's going to be here for 4th of July, by the way. So, yeah, she's fascinated by everything in this our reptile room, which since we're Mary Python and the Holy Balls, we named our snake room Camelot. So we actually had somebody do a sign for us. We got them a turtle, and the trade was they had a sign made for us that we have outside the building. And we've got it kind of decorated like old Monty Python type.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Now I need to come out there. I'm gonna try. I will not make promises, but I'm gonna try because next month we're going out to Freddy's Reptiles for his grand reopening in Vegas because I'm in Arizona. So I think to drive out from here to Texas, I think is like 8-hour drive.
A short trip, just a short.
just this short.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as driving to Pomona, to be honest. It's actually not that bad because it's 6 hours from here to Pomona, or from my house to Pomona is 6-hour drive. And then I have no idea what it's going to be for Anaheim because we're vending Anaheim in August, and then we're vending right back to back Anaheim and then Pomona.
Sounds like July wide open, especially the beginning.
No, that's what Anaheim is July, and then August is Pomona. So July, so we have Anaheim in July, and I don't remember if it's So if we did go, it would be your party, and then it'd be the expo the very next weekend, I think, because it's the 9th, 8th and 9th.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, very next weekend.
Totally
so I'd have to. Well, I think it's doable. I'll have to figure it out. I think it'd be fun though. That'd be really cool to go. What's up, brother? Appreciate you, Fry. I saw your messages, bro, but we're on live right now.
Fry, come in.
Let's see. Here's a good one. So I don't want to take up too much more of your time. So I've got a couple more questions left.
Okay.
If you had the chance to own one or a pair of any reptile, whether it's experience, like you had the experience, the money, the permits, everything, what would you own and why?
I think
I'm afraid to hear the answer.
I want a tortoise. I want a big.
Yes. Big sulcata
tortoise. I tried to get my husband to buy me one this last show.
I got one that I can send to you that literally needs a home. It's not huge, but it's good size. It's like a basketball.
See, really?
Perfect.
I breed sulcatas.
I didn't know that. See,
I breed sulcatas. I breed redfoots.
Why?
Russians. We got tons of tortoises. That's my son, Lucian. He loves tortoises. That's his favorite reptiles, the tortoises. So we ended up selling a baby tortoise, and the guy thought it was going to stay small, even though I told him it gets huge. He didn't believe me. He's like, no, it's a small species. They don't get that big. I'm like, you want to see the parents? I was like, there's a dude out there. The dad is like 200 pounds. He's huge. I was like, you sure about that? He's like, I know what I'm doing. But whatever, guy. So he took it. Now it's like this big. Kid you not, it's like that big. And he dropped it back off here because he's like, it eats too much. So now it's looking for a home because I already have a giant horde of walking boulders. I don't need to add another one because I've got a good group.
What we're gonna turn into a courtyard type thing outside.
I'll ship it.
We'll come up with something to ship back to you.
I'm down. I'm so down. I'll trade. I got you.
Awesome.
You can have him. It's a big beauty too. I think it's a girl. It's still young, so I can't super tell. But
Don't care. What a pet.
Yeah, we don't care. We're not. It's not for breeding. It's for a pet.
Having that was the last one in the paper.
No, I'm super down. Sorry, my wife just got home. She's here.
Well, tell her July 1st and 2nd. We plan on seeing y'all here.
That's to you. She's trying to get us to go up there. So 7th of July. So they're up in Texas. They're doing a whole. That's why I was like, yeah, Anaheim the next weekend. Yeah, I'm almost done. We're at the last two. She's like, well, we'll think about it. And she's like, we got a busy weekend. So the last two questions I've got for you, since we're now making wishes come true here, gonna ship out a sulcata. You don't even have to send something back. You probably just take it.
I'm so excited.
I got you on that one. Like that makes me happy to be able to hook you up with something that you really, really want. That is super cool for just me.
I'm excited too.
And it's super well started. It's a good size. And I've got the perfect box to ship it into, so it'll be good. If you had advice for a person who has a decent collection already, but wants to move into breeding, what would your advice be to them?
Mitch is over here hand motioning. I hear this advice, and I think it's the best advice. I hear it all the time. We're at Lake Whitney, so
Texas.
Mother of Geckos, I'm sorry, I don't know what your name is. They're in Houston. I would love for you guys to come the 1st and 2nd of July. My advice would be breed what you want to breed.
Have fun.
Yeah,
gets to be a grind.
It can be a grind. So I think it's important that you breed what you want to breed. Yes, get as much information. Don't be afraid to have mentors to reach out to people when you have questions. I have a Facebook group, and the reason I started this Facebook group is because I joined so many Facebook groups, and if you asked a question, you would get slammed by. I mean, people were just so rude. And the thing is, breeders should remember that at one time you didn't have the answers. And if you're going to be rude to people who are asking questions, you could chase them out of the community. You know, there's no reason for it. So I started my own group so that people would have a safe place to ask questions. And we have like I don't know, 5,000, 7,000. I'm not sure how many members we have, but the rules are there's no dumb questions. It's a safe space. I've got a couple posts on the pin to the top of the Facebook group to remind people that this is a drama-free place that is safe. It's Ball Pythons of Texas for anybody that is looking for a Facebook group.
I'll have to join it because I'm banned from like 15 groups because I called people out on like bashing newer keepers. It's insane.
Yeah.
It is 100% insane on how that goes. Like I've seen it so much. There was even a person that they just got a Savannah monitor and they went to a Savannah monitor group and were like, hey, I have this baby. I bought this 40-gallon tank. What can I do to decorate it? And simple post. It got to the point where this person literally was like, I'm done. I'm going to take this thing back to the store. I'm dropping this all back. I want no part of this. Like that is how that simple of a question. Like, wait, what kind of substrate could I do? What can I decorate? What can I do? It was something like that.
Yeah.
And people just started bashing him. It was insane.
It's called Ball Pythons of Texas. I think. Is it? And yeah, you don't have to be from Texas. I think that's what it's called. Or is it Texas Ball Pythons?
Ball Pythons of Texas.
I love that he is on point with everything.
Ball Pythons of Texas. 5,200 people.
Nice.
It is now a private group. So if you can't find it, DM me on Instagram and I can send you a link.
I'll message you because I will join that for sure. How long do you have to keep a male bearded dragon with a female before it takes? Not long. It should not take that long. But we're not talking about bearded dragons.
Yeah,
we will talk about it later, Trevor.
We had a male that we lost, and right now we have a female and no plans on breeding her. So,
bearded dragons are a bit of a push to like you have to really be passionate about breeding bearded dragons to do that like full time type thing because they just take up so much space.
They have a lot of babies too. Yeah, this female will come up to the window and start scratching on the window when she wants to come up to the glass on her.
My monitors do the same thing. There's a big Asian water monitor sleeping under this ledge, and then there's another one down here who's been doing it this whole time. So have you heard like scratching for a little bit? Yeah, that was her. She wants out. Freaking Nova. Last question for you, and then before we go, how can my followers find you?
I am on Instagram as Mary_Python_. Mitch is Ann.the.holy.balls on Instagram. I'm Mary Python on TikTok. And I have a YouTube channel too that we are going to get back into YouTube also.
Heck yeah.
So
I will make sure to get all of her links, chat, and then I'll make sure to put them in the description down at the end of this video as well. So that way it's easier to find all of her info for the people that have made it this far. And if you guys just want to be able to look back and find her, I will make sure to have those links in the description because I 100% am supportive of what they do. And I'm definitely excited that they're coming back to social media.
Yeah, this is Nova, by the way.
Oh, it's so cute.
Didn't you say yours was Nova?
Nova, yeah. I got a Guru.
This is Nova.
Hypo Het Zero.
Hypo Het Zero. And that's Hannah back there. Hannah, wave.
Hi, Hannah.
Waiting for her computer.
This is my Nova. I know.
Oh, a little bit bigger.
just a little bit, not too bad.
Yeah, I'm
This
not
is my Nova.
sure would handle those. Honey. That's his Nova. Are you okay?
You good over there? Man down.
No animals were harmed in the tumbling of the tank.
Got stuck on something.
His shoe got stuck in something and he just took a spill. No, there wasn't anything in it.
Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate you jumping on and hanging out with us and, kind of using this to be the start to come back on social media. I'm really excited. I hope I see you in more lives. And then I'm definitely going to message you. We're going to try to get you on TikTok and try to get you on there. I would love to have some of my community go onto your channel because they're really positive people. Really, we have a really nice community going on TikTok. So I think it would be really awesome to have you come on.
I've been to some lives and have gotten to know a few people. Again, I kind of took a break of that too. So yeah, I want to get back into it. Xander's asking to see that tortoise.
It's not in this room right now, but I will make sure to I'll send you a video, and then what you guys are gonna have to do is you're gonna have to check out her page because I'm shipping out on Tuesday a ton of reptiles, and if they're ready for it, I got a box ready to go for it. So I can ship out as early as Tuesday.
Awesome. I cannot wait. We are so excited. Mitch has been wanting one for a long time too.
Awesome. That's so cool. So, all right, everybody. I appreciate everybody that's jumped on here and hung out with us. Big shout out to Miss Mary for coming out and hanging out with us. Super excited. Last shout out to the sponsors that keep this channel going, guys. Fry's Critters, huge shout out to them. Big supporters of the community. The US ARC members all the way out there from Australia. Big shout out to Geeky Gecko Creations, largest YouTube channel for leopard geckos. Super awesome guy. Frank is the very knowledgeable person when it comes to leopard geckos. That is my go-to person when I need anything when it comes to geckos. And then huge shout out to Zilla Footwear, who is pushing out a ton of new shoes. A lot of awesome deals going on, guys. Make sure to check out my Linktree. Tons of awesome shoes on there. There's rattlesnake shoes. There's other types of snakes. They've got a ton of stuff on there. There's frogs, axolotls. Super cool. Great quality shoes. Very comfortable. So I am a very big supporter of Zilla Footwear. Much love to them. I see ya later, everybody. Appreciate you, Trevor and Hannah, and everybody else that showed up in here.
Thank you.
You guys have a fantastic night, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.
Thank you.